In this video, we will show you 3 real tips on starting your business today. If you're tired of weak and pointless tips, you've come to the right place.
Think bigger.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 20% of startups are closed in the first year, and half of them within the first 5 years. CBInsights reports 35% of startups fail because of a lack of market demand.
However, 9 out of 10 startups fail, and that's just the hard truth. The most common reasons, according to founders themselves, are no market need, run out of cash, not the right team, get outcompeted, pricing or cost issues, unfriendly product, and finally, no business model. These are the most common reasons. There are a few others, and you can check this article for more info.
Among other failure reasons, cash flow problems, getting outcompeted, a flawed business model, and legal challenges. 1. Stop romanticizing about the business idea. Loving what you do and doing what you love sounds romantic and inspiring, but not in business reality. First of all, you need to assess whether there's enough market demand for your passion to be profitable. For instance, you like good coffee and even understand its varieties. Perhaps you have even taken barista courses or, moreover, won championships. But here's the bad luck. In your city, there are coffee shops on every corner, and the competition is very high. Should you open coffee shop number 101 on one street and hope that people will come to you? If you don't mind the time, money, and effort, then you can give it a try. But it's much better to ask yourself a few questions before starting a business. What's the real reason you want to start a business? What are your personal and business goals? Who is your customer? What problems do your customers have, and how can your business resolve them? What do your competitors propose, and how will you differ from them? Which resources do you need for launching a business? 2. Don't underestimate your competitors. You need to look at the market soberly and analyze your competitors. This is especially important if you're going to attract investments. After all, one of the critical questions that a potential investor will ask is your competitive advantage. Here's a 3-step system you can use to analyze the market. Primary research. Instead of fantasizing about what the consumer wants, you can ask them directly. Use questionnaires, research, and interviews for this. If you already have customers, you can use statistics from Google Analytics, YouTube, social media, email service reports, and other platforms to understand customers' preferences and behavior. Secondary research. Systematize the information received and study it in detail. Does this match your understanding of the market? How can your product solve customer requests? SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is a reliable way to study the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of an idea. From the analysis, you can decide whether the market needs a product and whether you'll get the profit you expect.
We can use a SWOT analysis when analyzing industries, companies, products, new initiatives, policies, or even people. It is a simple and useful framework that allows us to group and visualize strengths and weaknesses, and to identify potential threats and opportunities that exist in the external environment.
You can easily find templates for this system on the internet and conduct an analysis. As a result of this research, you'll find the answers to these questions. Who are your customers, and what are their sales, valuations, and limitations? Who are your competitors, and what do your potential customers dislike in their products? What should you propose to the market to be more successful? What kind of unique offer can you provide? 3. Test your hypothesis. Once you've researched the market and know what the customer wants, you need to ensure that your product meets their demand. Moreover, this should be done as cheaply as possible, in the form of an MVP, minimum viable product. Long story short, an MVP provides an opportunity to develop a new product for less money and collect reviews from potential customers. A key premise behind the idea of MVP is that you produce an actual product, which may be more than a landing page or a service with an appearance of automation, but which is fully manual behind the scenes.
Finally, some hacks for building an MVP extremely quickly. First, time box your spec. So your spec is a list of stuff you need to build before you launch. Time box it. Second, write your spec. This seems really straightforward, but most people fuck this one up. The next one is cut your spec. And then last, don't fall in love with your MVP.
Now you can offer to customers and observe their actual behavior with the product or service. Seeing what people actually do with respect to a product is much more reliable than asking people what they would do. Only after these 3 steps should you start looking for investments in teams. This way, you can ensure that money and effort will not be wasted, and your startup will not become a mere failure statistic.
Have you ever thought about undertaking in the metaverse? In our next video, we will list some interesting ideas to help you build a company in this world.